Hello dear students. So today we will proceed our next topic, that is BMI. Definition of test, measurement and evaluation we have already discussed, and importance of test, measurement and evaluation we have discussed. Before proceeding to BMI, first we will recapitulate the topic. Importance of test, measurement and evaluation. So under which, for getting knowledge about the progress, for preparation of effective planning, for knowing the abilities and capacities, for discovering the need of participants, for giving motivation, for classification of sports person, for knowing the achievement in future, for research and experimentation. So these all are the importance of test, measurement and evaluation. Next is importance of, again we will discuss the importance of, so under the selection of athletes on the basis of skill testing and evaluation of measurement. So we will select the athlete, a player, for specific games and sports by conducting test. We will take a test, their fitness test, their skill test, their technique test, and then we will evaluate through measurement. So we will do measurement and we will evaluate their performance with other sports performance, and it will help to select an player for specific games and sports. Next is individual game classification of athlete. Classification based on gender, age, body, weight, height, interest and physical fitness. So we will classify the individual, we will classify the athlete according to the gender, age, weight, body weight, height, interest and physical fitness. So what we have taken? We have taken these terms, these material by taking test, and then we will evaluate through measurement, and then we will classify, we will put them, segregate them in different age category, gender, body weight, height and interest accordingly. So it will help in the selection or keeping the athlete or keeping the player in different categories. So it will help in that also. Next is to study the development of athlete. Development of athlete in respect to their neuromuscular, social, interpretive and emotional development, etc. So test, measurement and evaluation also important for studying the development of athlete, how the athlete is developing or not developing. We will give them some training, so that training is helpful for them or not, or we will change their training or their training system through conducting tests and measurements. Then only we get to know that the athlete is improving or not. If it's improving, so we will maintain that training only. If it's not improving, so what we will do? We will change the training pattern so that it will give a positive effect on athlete or a player. Fine. Next is individually focused training program. Through test and measurement, we will focus individually training programs for different players or athletes. How we can focus? We will first we will take test, then measurement, then evaluate through test and measurement. Then we will come to a conclusion that we will take them, we will focus their according to their training as a whole. So we will individual's weakness or strength, we will through taking test and measurement, we will do evaluation, and we will come to a conclusion that the individual, whatever training is given to the individual, that will be a weakness or a strength for a particular game or sport. Fine. Next is motivation of an athlete. Time to time conducting of test and measurement. Likewise in subject also, if you are going for a theory subject, if the teacher is not taking your test, so how come you know that what is your position? Whatever teacher is teaching to you, it is not it is understandable or not understandable. So how can we got to know? We will got to know only through test. We will also know where is, like if the teacher is taking test of 20 marks and you are getting 10, so you will be in a category of 10 marks getting student. Or if you are taking if you are getting 20, so teacher is what teacher is saying, very good so and so. So if I am taking example of Sankalp, so teacher, what teacher is saying, very good Sankalp, you got 20 out of 20 in maths, isn't it? Like this, if Sankalp is getting 10 marks or 5 marks, so what she is saying, what your teacher is saying, your teacher is saying, Sankalp, you need improvement, you got very less marks in maths, so you give special attention in maths. Likewise, so in sports also. So through test and measurement, the athlete, the player, the student, the learner is get motivated. Fine. Measurement and evaluation process creates interest in the training. Time to time conducting tests and measurements give interest, give motivation to the students. Like now I am presently I am running, I am able to run 10 kilometers. So it will give a motivation to me. So what will I do? I will improve myself. So I got to know that I am able to run 10 kilometers or 10 minutes running. So it will give a motivation. Yes, I can do better than this. Likewise. Fine. So we will get motivated through ourselves or many times through others also. Fine. If somebody, if your peer group, if your classmate is running 15 kilometers, so you are like thinking or percepting that why can't I will also run, I will also try to run. Fine. So it will give a motivation also. Next is to predict in advance the performance potential. As I have already explained you, that you know that you are able to run 10 kilometers. So you know your potential. Your coach is knowing, that so and so, Mr. Sankalp or a Sankalp is a very good athlete, very good long distance runner. So Sankalp is, the teacher or coach is very well know that the Sankalp is having no problem up to 10 kilometers. Fine. Likewise, so if time to time, if we are taking our test or we are taking our time or duration or distance, so we got to know that this much up we can run, this much we are easily run, or this much we are easily throw, or this much we are easily jump. So it will help in that also. So to predict in advance the performance potential through measurement and evaluation procedure, the future performance can be predicted. Next is to prepare norms and standards. If we are taking, suppose we are taking test of class 10th, running test, and we have come to a conclusion that that the 10th class students are running up to, like maximum students are completed 20 kilometers run without stopping. So they have set a benchmark that the 10th class students at least run for 20 minutes qualifying. So the teacher is saying ki who will run 20 or more than 20, he or she only will select. So all type of standards involve testing and measurement as an essential tool. Norms are set by testing large number of individual of an area. Next is to measure current fitness status. Record of past and present health status through test. We are taking test many times. Your PTM has conducted. So what class teacher is telling to your parents, is talking to your parent that that sir, your son has scored well in previous exams, in periodics, but in midterm he got very less marks. तो कैसे बोला? How the teacher is saying? Because she has taken a test. She or he has maintained a record. That's why she is able to tell your parents that your son or your daughter is having improvement, or she was doing well in previous exams, but now she is not scored well. So likewise in sports also. In sports, we are taking that Mr. Sankalp. I am taking the example of Mr. Sankalp. That Sankalp, earlier you run very fast. Your speed was 13 seconds for 100 meters. But after injury or after break of two months, your time has increased. Now you have completed 100-meter race in 16 seconds. So you need to improve. Fine. So this is helpful in the record of past and compare with past to present. Next is to conduct research. It is mandatory to conduct research in the field of physical education, sports and health promotions. It is very helpful. Test measurement is very helpful for conducting researches, studies. So study shows that much Indians are fit. We have taken Fit India movement, and after conducting Fit India movement, we come to know that Indians are actively participated in program. And we can say many times, you can say that research studies that more than 50% is obese in India. So how can you say about a large number of people? You are conducting researches and studies. So test and measurement is also helpful in conducting researches and case studies. To achieve objectives and goal, coaching and training is done with keeping a fixed target in a given time. So it is also helpful in achieving objectives and goals. I will run 10 kilometers. Now my aim, after 2 months, my aim is to run at least 15 kilometers. So you have set a goal for ourselves and many times for others also. For that some player is running up to 12 kilometers. So I will run at least that much or more than that. So for achieving objectives and goal. So this is all about importance of test, measurement and evaluation. Now we will discuss about calculation of BMI and waist hip ratio. So what is BMI? BMI is body mass index. The full form of BMI is body mass index. BMI is also known as Quetelet index. Quetelet index, statistical measurement to compare an individual weight and height, is called BMI. Most widely used tool to identify weight problem. Easy to measure and evaluate. It is very easy to measure and evaluate that a person is obese, comes under which category, or obese or fit or normal or underweight or overweight. Likewise, helps to know an individual's health status. How many students how many individuals of India are under which category, under normal, under overweight, under underweight, or obese 1 2 3 category. So we will help to know, we will got to know about the individual health status. So now we will discuss about the calculating, how to calculate BMI and waist hip ratio. First we will discuss about BMI. So to calculate BMI, the formula is body weight divided by height into height, or height in squares. Body weight in kgs and height in meters. So this is the formula to calculate BMI. Body weight divided by height square, height in square, body weight in kgs and height in meters. Now unit, when we calculate this, some figure is coming out, and if a person is having below 18.5 calculation, so that person will comes under underweight category. If a person's BMI is lies between 18.5 to 24.9, that is that person is normal, it's fit. And if a BMI is lies between 25 to 29.9, that is overweight. Likewise 30 to 34.9 is obesity 1, 35 to 39.9 is obesity 2, and more than 40 is obesity 3, type 3. So this is the calculation of calculating BMI. Now precautions during measurement. What we'll have to keep in mind when we are calculating BMI? First is body weight should be taken on reliable weight machine. So your body weight should be on reliable weight machine. Heavy clothes should not be worn while taking weight. You should not wear a heavy clothes like jackets and boots and jewelries and all. So you will be wearing light clothes, because that weight is particularly your body weight. For measuring height, person should be barefooted and body is straight position. When you are taking somebody's height, that person will be barefooted. He or she will not wear shoes, and also that body should be erect, straight. So these all are the points should be taken care of while calculating BMI. Next is waist hip ratio. Waist hip ratio, the formula to calculate waist hip ratio is waist circumference divided by hip circumference. This is the formula to calculate waist hip ratio, waist circumference divided by hip circumference. As you seen in the picture, that waist, it's where your navel is there, that is your waist circumference. Your hip circumference is where your pelvis region is there. This is the hip circumference. Fine. This is the waist hip ratio chart. Measurement of waist hip ratio divided by hip measurement, hip circumference, used as a risk factor assessment tool for heart diseases, hypertension and type 2 diabetes. If a person is having 0.5, gender is male, it's excellent. If it's more than 0.85 to 0.89 is good, 90 to 95 is average, and more than 95 is at risk. Likewise in female, 75.75 is excellent, 75 to 79 is good. 80 to 86 is average, and more than 86 is at risk. So this is all about waist hip ratio. So today we have completed the importance of test measurement and evaluation, calculation of BMI and waist hip ratio. I hope you will understand well through this video, and if you are still having some problem, you can go through with the notes and all. Thank you and have a nice day.